Let's go.
Going to the doctor. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta do something. All right, we're going to the doctor's office. There's Daddy. Bring in Carmen. All right, we're going to the doctor's office. There's Daddy. Bring in Carmen. I worked really hard, not just on the room itself, but getting there and having her. So it was just really special to me. So
You do kind of imagine your baby staying in a room at least one night.
yeah. And she had everything. Everything that you could want for a baby.
I'm Jim Pratt. I've lived in Metairie most all my life.
My name's Cullen Connery. I was born here in Chalmette. Born and raised and bred.
My name is Fritz Esker, and I have lived in New Orleans for 27 years, my whole life. I'm 27 years old. I've never lived anywhere else.
Christine Connery, his wife. And I grew up in Metairie, Louisiana.
I presently own a travel agency.
Taught English and creative writing at a local high school before the storm, and I was a freelance journalist.
I can't explain the feeling you have when you see your house on the news, your neighborhood on the news, and it's underwater.
But when I saw the state of destruction the city was in, I cried.
Starting from where that American flag is, they're not here, they're not here, they're not here, they're not here. They just came back. These people aren't here, and the people on the other side of them aren't here.
I expected a house to be wet. Maybe some things thrown around, but just wet. I didn't expect 2 feet of mud, a layer of oil.
Smell.
The insulation in the ceilings down on the ground, seeing mold growing across the walls, seeing furniture a block away, my car to be 2 blocks away. I was expecting it to be just wet, as if somebody hosed the house. I had no idea. I mean, we still have grass and trash outside. We have, the house right now is gutted, and this looks great.
We're still in a devastated area. There is always something to do. You come home from work and there's any number of hours of work to do if you want to do it. You're never without a chore, and it's been this way all along.
I lost my apartment. The ceiling collapsed because of part of the roof blew off. I lost my car. I lost my job. I was laid off because they had cutbacks at the school I worked. Not enough students came back, so they laid off some teachers, and I was one of them.
My industry was in devastation. My office was physically destroyed.
And then I didn't get to see it right away because of the baby. I didn't want to, couldn't be away from her. And so I just had to go by what he said. And I didn't believe him. I had to come see it for myself. And finally, I made him drive me down here. And you just can't describe it the way you felt.
When you come in, you look at it as not a devastated area or, like I mentioned before, devastated homes. It honestly looked like the death of a community. And there's no words to really describe it.
New Orleans should be rebuilt because it's unique, it's special. There's no place like it in the world. With the French Quarter, with Mardi Gras, we've got such a cultural heritage, it's worth preserving.
Do I want to stay in New Orleans? That's a very interesting question. Yeah, I do. That's the short answer. The short answer is it's too unique to give up.
This is home. Nobody wants to go anywhere else. Nobody chose to have their house destroyed, of course, but there's the esprit de corps. There's a spirit here that is alive, will drive to come back. If there's a choice, they will definitely choose, or most, in my opinion, will choose to rebuild. The problem lies in that we don't know if we can rebuild. And we are here 6 months post-Katrina, and we revised yesterday, we have to wait another 3 or 6 months before we know whether or not we can or should move back. Most people will make a decision on whether or not to return within 1 year after the hurricane. If they don't know whether or not they can move within that 1 year, most likely people will move away.
Not because they want to, but because
they need a
we're
place
tired
to stay.
of waiting. You know, we're homeless right now. I mean, we're lucky.
We're lucky enough to have a place to stay.
The mayor, the governor, the president says, come home, come back to New Orleans, but yet these people have no place to come back to. Something has to be done about that. Something has to be done about the procedure to get these people back into temporary housing and to get them into temporary housing quickly so that they can come back and rebuild and rightfully rebuild the property that is theirs. It's a shame.
A little charity, get me through the night. A little charity, tell me, can you spare? A little charity.